Hey, you guys, thanks for listening in to this episode of Tips with T. So on today, we're gonna go and I'm gonna walk you through about trust. I know I had mentioned it in one previous podcast episode where we were talking about trust. So I'm gonna walk y'all into what trust is and how we can utilize them during estate planning. Okay, so a lot of people don't know what a trust is. So let's start from the basics. So um, a trust is a legal arrangement where a person, the trustor or settlor, transfer assets to a trustee who manage those assets for the benefit of one or more beneficiaries. This can include real estate, investments, and even personal property. The key distinction from a will is that a trust takes effect during the trustor's life. So a will doesn't take effect until after the person passes away or after the person is deceased. A trust takes place right once it is formed. A trust is active. It is ready to go. You can use it. Okay, it's effective right then and there once you have set it up properly and got everything that you need to get in there. Okay. Um, there are different types of trusts. And so I'm going to talk about the common ones. So there are revocable and irrevocable trusts, living trusts, testam testamentary, meta testamentary trusts, and more. Um, Revocable trust offers flexibility as they can be altered and revoked by the trustor during their lifetime. I tell people if they're going to get a trust, that's the trust that they need to go with because you can always make changes to that trust when you need to. Irrevocable trust, on the other hand, provides a more asset protected but becomes very less flexible. So once you put an irrevocable trust in place, you cannot revoke it. It's there, it's set in stone. So I try to tell people that if you know that you are going to possibly have life changes, you need to get a revocable trust and update the revocable trust. Living trusts are created during the trustor's lifetime, while testamentary trusts are established through a will after the trustor passes. Okay. Why should someone consider establishing a trust? Trusts offer a range of benefits, such as avoiding probate court, or probate, which I talked about before in the previous podcast episode, maintaining privacy and providing a smoother transition of assets to beneficiaries. They can also offer tax advantages and protect assets from creditors. The flexibility and customization option make trust a versatile tool for individuals with various financial goals. Okay. Um, so that is some of the reasons why people should consider doing a trust. So, how can one set up a trust, if you might ask? So, establishing a trust involves several steps, including selecting a trustee, defining the trust terms, and funding the trust with assets. It's critical to carefully consider the goals and needs of the trustor and beneficiaries. Professional guidance is often recommended to ensure the trust aligns with the unique circumstances and objectives. Again, if you guys would like to create you guys a trust, consult an attorney. I would say if you're going to get a will in place, see if that same attorney that you use for your will help you set up your trust, depending on what type of trust fits your needs and your goals that you're trying to do. All right. So that way you can have the same attorney. You won't have to be running a different attorneys, and that attorney can advise you on the proper way how you need to set up your trust to based upon your assets that you have, and also how to properly set up your will to be in alignment with the trust. All that stuff needs to be in alignment. Okay. Um, So seek legal advice when it comes to doing the will and when it comes to doing the trust. And I have to put this disclaimer in there. I am not an attorney. I just did my research. and learn some of these things due to me being licensed as a life insurance agent. And we have to know some of these things or in order to get state certified with our license. And I just wanted to come and share what I have learned during my time of studying for my license. And trust is very important, and wills are very important um, when it comes to you wanting to leave assets and things to your family members, your children, your loved ones after you have passed on. All right, after you are no longer with us. Okay. So once a trust is in place, how important it is to review it over time, right? So you still need to review your trust. Um, so regular reviews are essential. Life circumstances, tax laws, and financial landscape changes over time. Periodic updates ensure that the trust remains effective and aligned with the truster's wishes. Okay. So these life changes can be family dynamics such as births, deaths, marriages, may also warrant adjustments to the trust. So that's why I say, you guys, depending on your needs, is going to depend on what type of trust that you're going to have to set up in order to meet these needs. So make sure you're reviewing your trust on a regular basis. But also, like I said, the most one that I recommend is the revocable trust. You can always update that. You can always amend it, update it to um, the way you need it to be updated to due to life-changing events. Where an irrevocable trust, once it's in place, you can't make changes to it. That I do know. Okay. So um you guys, this is very, very important when it comes to your estate planning. So as we wrap up, it's clear that trust plays a pivotal role in estate planning, providing individuals with a powerful tool to safeguard their assets and legacies. If you're considering incorporating a trust into your financial plan, be sure to consult with a qualified professional to help you navigate through these complexities. Okay, so get help. Don't do these on your own if you don't know what you're doing. Get help. Again, I advise people heavily to subscribe to a legal subscription where you have for lawyers for legal advice and for things to help you set up with wills and trust and estate planning and all that other good stuff. Get a legal subscription and pay that monthly subscription, and you'll get these services for free or for no additional charge when it comes to consulting and asking questions. Now, however, depending on what type of services that you really need, as far as what type of trust you want to get set up, they can refer you to other lawyers for a discounted rate. Okay. So you won't be charged ridiculous fees to get this stuff done and get this stuff in place. Like I said, I have access to give referrals to people who want to get a legal subscription. So if you are interested in that, give me a call. My number is 910-317-0396. You can also text that number. Um, you can also text me if you want to, and you also can shoot me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. You guys, so we can help get you squared away. Prepare for your future today. Don't wait to the last minute and not get these things done because it is a need. It's very, very necessary. Think about your loved one's future today. We never know the time or the hour. Tomorrow is not promised. So go ahead and get this stuff set up properly and make sure you're seeking the right professional and legal advice. And if anybody would like to be a guest on the show, feel free to shoot me an email. My email is contact@mjfinancial.biz. I would love to have you as a guest on the show. And your experiences, what you went through when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to your journey, it can help someone else. So I would love to have you on the show so you can share your journey and how and your journey can be a help to others. And again, if you want to be a guest on the show, you can shoot me an email, and you can also give me a call or a text at 910-317-0396. So all right, you guys, this is the quick episode. We talked about trust. I hope it was very informative to you. And we will see you on the next episode of Tips with T.